Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of our Feed the Beast walkthrough and tutorial. Pretty exciting, we're getting into the advanced bee machines now. In this episode, we're going to be doing a lot of crafting actually. We're going to craft these 6 items. These are the advanced bee machines that we're going to be using: gene pool, isolator, replicator, synthesizer, purifier, and inoculator. Now these are going to require some pretty darn expensive items. This is our required item list here. If you have any trouble finding some of this stuff or getting this stuff together, I'd recommend going and watching Mizeco Labs, because he goes through getting a lot of this stuff and making it much more accessible. So yeah, go ahead and pause the video here, collect these up, and we'll be ready to get started. Alright, let's go do it. Alrighty guys, I hope that you're ready for a fast-paced episode. We got lots of stuff to build. We're building all the advanced machines, and it's going to be pretty darn expensive. If you check out my inventory here, this is all the stuff we're going to use. Quite a bit. Those gas tiers are not easy to get. Magma cream, Ivender, emerald, yeah. Got it all in here, but it's going to be totally worth it. So let's get right into it. First thing we're going to build is a basic circuit board. Now the basic circuit board is built in the Carpenter. You're going to need 6 redstone and 1 tin ingot in the center. Since we're going to be making 6 of these, we're going to need quite a bit of material. Drop in all that. You're also going to need some water. Okay, there's our 6 basic circuit boards. Very nice. Next thing we got to build are some genetic machines. We're going to need 6 of these genetic machines. And the genetic machine takes 6 iron ingots, 1 piece of lapis, 1 apiarist machine, and 1 basic circuit. But again, we're going to be building 6 of them. So we'll drop in our circuits, apiarist machines, and our iron ingots. And of course our lapis. There's a genetic machine. Great. Okay, so the first advanced machine that we're going to build is called the gene pool. Now, in order to build the gene pool, you need 4 tanks, 2 pieces of gold, 1 glass block, 1 piece of redstone, and 1 genetic machine. Genetic machine goes right there in the middle. Got our 4 tanks. Our glass block. Where's our gold? There's our gold. 1 piece of redstone. Now this is a handy little machine. What this machine will do is allow you to process all of those extra bees that you've got that are worthless into DNA. Now I already set up a new tank over here, new Zycraft tank. That's going to be full of DNA. Well, it won't be full of DNA, but that's where my DNA is going to go at least. Let me grab a couple of liquid ducts. My liquid tesseract here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to place that one lower so it looks better. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Very cool. Hit this end with a wrench so we get the flow going the right way. Give it some power. Should be good to go. So let's grab some bees and start processing them. There we go. There'll be a bunch of tropical drones we don't need. This is nice. It's got a bit of inventory here. And I'll feed them over, convert them into DNA, and then pump it down the pipe. Oh, helps to set up my tesseract, right? Let's see here. We are going to 50, I believe. This should be DNA in. Nice. You can see it's starting to fill up over there already. One thing I'd like to do on this is I'll put a relay on top of it just so I can have a little bit more capacity. Shift click. There we go. Now I have all this too. Very cool. Let's move on to Serum Vials. We're going to need Serum Vials to move on. Now our Serum Vials are going to be made with 6 glass panes, 2 pieces of gold, and 1 royal jelly. Now I want to make a whole bunch of these because we're going to use a whole bunch of them, so I'm going to go ahead and make, well, what will be 16. Each time you craft you get 2. Okay, very good. Now we're going to need some enhanced circuit boards. Again, these are made in the Carpenter. Clear this out by right-clicking. Now the enhanced circuit boards are going to be made with 6 pieces of redstone and 3 pieces of bronze, arranged vertically. Great. Now we've got 5 of those. We're going to go ahead and make ourselves some advanced genetic machines. We're going to need 5 advanced genetic machines. And those are made with 6 pieces of gold, 1 diamond, 1 genetic machine, and 1 enhanced circuit board. Of course, we're going to need 5 of each of those. Our genetic machines and our diamonds. Okay, great. 5 advanced genetic machines. So I think we're ready to move on to our next advanced machine. We're going to make something called the Isolator. Now the Isolator is made with 3 emeralds, 4 blaze rods, 1 piece of redstone, and 1 of our advanced genetic machines. Go ahead and drop your advanced genetic machine in the middle. 3 emeralds across the top. Got our blaze rods on the side. A piece of redstone on the bottom. Huh, oops, I left it over here in the our Carpenter. Hate it when I do that. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Now the isolator is going to be used to actually isolate specific genes from your bees. So if you take a bee and you drop it in here, it'll move it over into this slot. It takes quite a bit of energy, and you put your serums in here, and it'll actually get one of the traits that you put in there from the bee. So if a bee has, for example, a long lifetime, you might get a extended life serum. Next, we're going to build the replicator. Now the replicator takes 3 Eyes of Ender, 4 empty serum vials, 1 piece of redstone, and 1 advanced genetic machine. Go ahead and drop these guys in. Eyes of Ender across the top, advanced genetic machine in the center, empty serum vials on the side, and redstone on the bottom. Replicator, great. Now, once we get a vial, we can replicate that vial if we get a good vial. We can replicate as many as we want of them. So that's pretty nice. How are we doing here? Doing pretty good. Let's go grab some bees and see if we can grab some traits from them. I like to start with the Majestics. Usually a pretty good bee to start with because they've got a lot of good stuff. Well, that was not very good. Let's see if I can find me a purebred. having much luck here. Oh, here we go. I must want one of these guys. There we go. Now, the thing I like about the Majestics is that they have the maximum fertility. This right here says that when you breed a princess and drone, it will yield 4 drones every time, so this is great for breeding. So let's start with one of these guys and see what we get. You can see how it's slowed down. This machine's very power hungry. Max input of 1,000 MJs a tick, and it uses 50 MJs a tick. It's ridiculous. Let me go over here and increase my output. That should do it. Okay, what do we get here? Slowest flowering serum. Okay, well it's an est slowest, so that's good. We like to get them towards the extremes. Let's say we wanted to make a couple more of these. So let's say I want to make 4 of these. So I'll drop my empty serums up here. I'm going to make 3 more of these. So we'll have a total of 4. Go ahead and drop that one in. Let the replicator run. Alright, so we have our slowest flowering serums. Now we've got 4 of them. We'll have a nice inventory of them. Now we've got a problem. These serums are all empty, and they're all of poor or average quality. We want the highest quality possible, because if you give your bees poor quality, they're liable to just die on you. So we need good quality stuff here. So now we're going to have to make another thing called a synthesizer, which will fill these up with liquid DNA. Now, to make the synthesizer, you're going to need 4 soul sand, 2 tanks, 1 glass block, 1 piece of redstone, and an advanced genetic machine. So we set up our soul sand like this, drop in our advanced genetic machine, redstone, piece of glass, and our 2 tanks. There's our synthesizer. Very cool. Let's put this guy right here. Actually, no. You know what? I'm going to change my mind here. I'm going to put the synthesizer over here. Keep things, I like things symmetrical. Why not? Get some tubing over here, and let's drop down another tesseract. Very cool. How am I going to power this thing though? Dilemma. And move it over here. Set this to output. Set you to DNA out. I believe it's signal 51. Okay. Now, I've got a little problem here. I'm not getting DNA because my valve is not in the most ideal spot. See, it's not covered. I'm going to have to come back later when I've got this DNA filled up a bit more, and well, either that or I'll move the valve, but I've already got it set up like this. I like the setup, I like to be able to see it. So I'll be right back when I've got some more DNA built up. Alright, so I spoke to Mize and he told me I was being a total noob by having my valve on the side of the tank. So I went ahead and put it on the bottom of the tank and just ran a little tube over to my tesseract here. So now we've got access to the full tank of DNA. No more waiting. And we can see I got our DNA pumping through into our synthesizer. While I was messing around, I also noticed that my relay was not working with my gene pool. When I was dropping items into my relay, sometimes they would just disappear. So I had to replace this with a hopper. So just a note for future use, go with the hopper instead of the relay, at least for now, unless that glitch gets fixed. Anyway, I also went ahead and made a few more of these specific vials using our isolator. And I was able to isolate the maximum fertility serum from our majestic bees, which is what I was really going for. Now, what this does is it allows you to adjust the fertility of your bee so that you'll get more bees, which is really great. It changes the fertility up to 4, which is the max. So what we're going to go ahead and do is this serum is empty. We need to fill it with DNA. So we just drop it in our synthesizer and away we go. Starts filling it up. This machine uses a lot of MJs too, see? Usage 50 per tick. Whew, man. I'm going to let this run and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're all set here. We got 16 charges. It's totally full. Actually, the bar disappears when it's full. But we've got awful quality. Now, you don't want to use awful quality. You want it to be excellent quality. So let's change the quality of this vial. We're going to need an item called a purifier. Now, to make a purifier, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need 3 gas tiers, 4 tanks, 1 piece of redstone, and 1 advanced genetic machine. Our gas tiers go across the top. Get our genetic machine there in the middle. 4 tanks, and our redstone. And here's our purifier. I love these bee machines, they're so cool looking. Drop that guy down right there. We're going to take our fertility serum, drop them in there. Not enough liquid DNA. Duh. Let's put some DNA in there. Oh, I forgot. These pipes won't connect if they've already got stuff in them. Oh well. Here we go. Let's see how we're doing now. Nice. So while this is running, this is going to make our serum into a better quality. We're going to need a way to get the serum from our vial here into our bees. This is the last thing we're going to make, and it's called the inoculator. The inoculator is made with 5 magma cream, 2 empty serum vials, 1 piece of redstone, and an advanced genetic machine. Drop in our stuff here. There's our inoculator. Great. Drop that off. Now I'm going to come back when this is up to a better quality. Check it out. Excellent quality, 16 charges. This guy's good to go. Now the bee that we're going to use this on is our Rockies. Now why the Rockies? I will show you. Check this out. Our Rockies have awful fertility. So when you breed a Rocky Princess with a Rocky Drone, you get a Rocky Princess and 1 Rocky Drone. So you get nowhere. That is the worst. You do not want this crappy fertility when you're trying to breed. But check this out. These guys have active, inactive, and inactive genes for nocturnal, which means they can operate at night, fly, which means they can operate during rainstorms, and cave, which means that they can operate indoors. So these are traits that we want. Unfortunately, when we run a bee through our isolator, it consumes the bee. Not every time, but it usually ends up consuming the bee. So we need a way to make more of these guys, which means that we need to improve their fertility. Lo and behold, we have maximum fertility serum. Let's go ahead and drop our serum in, drop our princess and our drone in, and this machine will run and run and run until it either uses up the serum or these bees have maximum fertility. So I'll come back when these guys are all set. All done? Nice. Fertility is at 4. Fertility is at 4. Great. Now I can get these rocky drones breeding, and we can use the offspring in our isolator to get the great traits that we want. Sorry, Tropical. I need your space. Time to expand. So let's review really quick. Got the gene pool you put your useless extra bees into, which will give you DNA. One thing to note is that if you run species through your beelyzer first, you'll get twice the amount of DNA. Bit of a pain, but if you have a whole stack of bees, you can actually run a whole stack through and only use 1 honey drop. So if you've got a stack, might as well do it. It doubles the amount of DNA. And use your isolator to isolate the genes from bees. You're going to end up throwing out a lot of them. So normal lifespan, noble species. I don't need all this crap, so I'll recycle it. Once you do have a serum that you like, you can drop it in your replicator, put your empty vials up here, and it'll replicate this. Then you take your vials over here to your synthesizer, you fill them up until they got 16 charges, and you drop them in your purifier to change the quality up to excellent quality, and then you can use your inoculator to change all the traits of your bees. And with this, you can basically do all the bees in Feed the Beast. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. It was a lot of work. We used a lot of material, but man, what progress. Next time we're going to move on to the next branch of bees, which I'm not sure, but I think we might be heading to the nether soon. So see you next time, and subscribe if you enjoy it.